Welcome back to the Pact and Boon. This is an actual play D&D 5e podcast and video where we are playing in the world of Calignos. Previously, our party just fell. For the majority of the episode, they just fell. They just got out of hell, escaped from prison at the hands of a man named Gino Calamenti, a very humble and austere gentleman, generous and kind. He offered them an opportunity to help on an interplanar event. Something is happening to the material plane that is causing corruption, mutation, something called lethargy that is affecting the people on the continent of Rel. Our party was having this conversation on the astral sea when they opted to return home to the material plane, where they fell for a very, very long time. Some interesting discoveries about self were had. Pacts. Yes, we're going to name drop our own show. Some boons happened.
I didn't see a single boon this last episode.
You saw some boons. You didn't know they were boons.
Fair enough.
And then collision, falling at near terminal velocity into the ocean. The party was trying to steer themselves toward a pirate ship, a presumed pirate ship, and were unable to adequately control their descent and instead landed in the middle of the ocean. Upon collision, Jolly, unconscious. Wolfgang, unconscious. Elon, unconscious before hitting the water. And that is where we left off. Shout out to Monument Studios for the epic tunage and ambiance. That's allowing us to get in our feels a little bit. Okay. So what do you say we make some death saving throws to kick off the episode?
Oh, gosh.
Jolly.
Me first. Natural 20.
Oh.
Except I cannot swim.
Oh, no.
That is probably Jolly's first natural 20 in the campaign.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
Incredible. Okay,
Death
we're going
saving?
to tackle that in just a moment.
So 1 hit point?
1 hit point.
Hallelujah. Again.
What you started with, you are back at.
Yes.
Wow.
Wolfgang.
I got an 11,
Okay.
so saved.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 2 successes. Jolly, you collide with the water and feel nothing. However, you are broken. Your body feels like
Mud.
granite has
Shattered
just been
stone.
dropped, right? It hurts everywhere. If you could get CTE in a single event and feel the effects immediately, you would, right? You're concussed for sure. The collision has taken the breath out of you, and you're in darkness. You are sinking,
Oh.
and you come to with enough sense to feel panic. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is definitely not good. Natural 20 again. No lie, it
Should we
is
have him
right
roll
there.
a third one?
That's incredible. You roll another nat 20 and the world breaks.
Oh, wow. I fixed the lethargy.
If you roll another nat 20, you level up right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What happens if I get a natural 1?
Nothing.
Oh, good. 18, that was so close.
Wow.
Jolly.
That's incredible.
Natural 20.
Okay. You feel that panic and recognize it for what it is. This is a childish fear. And you are able to earn yourself a perception check with advantage.
Oh, excellent. That's a 10. A natural 20. I think I need to stop using this dice.
Wow.
Or keep
that's
using.
incredible.
What are you doing?
You have rolled so poorly for everything.
Yes, for my entire life.
And these rolls might be some of the more important ones.
Some boons in real life.
You are able to orient yourself and recognize the surface of water above you. You see the light peeking through the water above, and you see the bodies of your two companions descending as well. I need Wolfgang and Elon to make death saving throws.
I would like to.
6.
13.
Failure, success.
I would like to help one of them, or both if possible, get to the surface. How far away from the surface am I?
You've probably come down about 12 feet.
Okay.
That's the deep end of the swimming pool
I will
right there.
equalize, of course. Got to get the equalization. And then swim up, if possible, towards either of them and the surface.
Okay. You would be able to confidently grab one of them.
I will grab Wolfgang because he grabbed me.
Okay.
Oh,
That's fair. As you are ascending, Elon, as you fail a death saving throw, something inside of you feels new. I will allow you to spend a spell slot unconsciously for an effect to happen.
I don't have any.
Great.
wow.
That could have been cool, but nope.
Oh man, that was so close to being cool.
Yeah. I almost just didn't say anything, but
I appreciate the honesty.
yeah.
You will not be rewarded.
Such is life, actually.
Yeah.
You get an inspiration point for your next character.
Yeah,
For your next
exactly right. Yeah, I'll give you advantage
no.
on one of your stat rolls for your next character.
Actually, that would be
It's not half bad.
super.
Not
Okay,
good.
so you go to grab Wolfgang. Wolfgang, I need one more death saving throw from you.
Oh.
18.
All right. You are stabilized. And as you grab Wolfgang, you're kicking as hard as you can to break for the surface, right? Swimming is hard. You are a heavy rock person, right? This is not an easy endeavor for you, but you have the wherewithal. You feel almost like that paternal instinct come in where you feel the need to protect and preserve a little bit, and that is able to inspire yourself through this normally would have been a panic-stricken situation. As you and Wolfgang break the surface of the water, Elon is not surfaced with you. Well, give me another death save.
Okay.
Oh, this is not good.
2.
Great. You effectively have one turn. Wolfgang is stabilized, but he is not up, no longer dying.
He will not float.
Have you tried?
Can I see if he will float?
Wolfgang has no air in his lungs.
Also, that means I could technically be underwater and I'd be fine, right?
That's a good point, but you don't know that.
I have
That's
no
true.
idea.
Yeah.
You're like, he's not breathing.
Wolf, that's a great, actually, yeah, you don't know that he's stabilized. Wolfgang is not breathing.
Can I make a medicine check to see how to fix his lack of breath?
You can absolutely do that.
Do it.
Mostly to see if Jolly would know CPR.
What is up with that dice, brother?
Dude, it's
a good dice.
16. I roll
All
bad
right.
normally.
Hand it over.
Okay, here you go.
Next death
No,
save.
no, you're going to taint it. So I rolled a 16, basically to see if Jolly would know how to give rescue breathing or CPR. And if he does, then that's what he would try to do.
Sure. You've seen CPR. You've seen how to get people together. I don't know if you've ever necessarily performed CPR
Probably
or
not.
resuscitative breaths before, but you understand how that works. You could try that, but you're also trying to tread water at the same time.
Very true.
So I think your medicine check is sufficient enough to recognize he's not breathing. You don't have the adequate time or attention to really do anything about it. Give me a perception check. Elon, death save.
Oh no.
Oh, heavens.
This is
Oh, no.
this is the big one. I want you to roll it behind here.
Natural one.
Okay.
Also music. I do not like the look of that.
Do they have a funeral march?
Here's the thing, actually. There's one called
Did he
Death of a Main Character.
Did he just die?
Will you play Death of a Main Character for me?
Yeah, it's pulling up.
This is session 4.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, gosh.
I thought Jolland was going to die.
Wow. Okay. I don't have my phone on me. I'm gonna make a deal.
You know, while Jake is writing this, I definitely enjoy watching you, Tanner, work on Monument Studios while we're playing. That is pretty cool, I have to say.
I know you're all judging me. Just kidding.
No, it's not judging. I doing anything at the same time as another thing is very difficult.
Oh, I think I found a better one. I like this.
Ooh, it's time to play a certain Xbox game that involves being kind of like a Spartan of old, but more modern. And you go into these like circular things that are actually almost planets.
So almost like Halos.
Yeah,
no.
yeah, exactly. Almost like Halos, but they're not.
For listeners, Jake just handed me a little note.
Gonna share with the class?
C or F, baby.
Big decisions.
I mean, is there an obvious consequence here?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There is an obvious. There will be a result immediately.
F.
Very well.
AF.
Oh, AF.
What happened?
Jolly, as you are at the surface with Wolfgang, you rolled a nat 1 on your perception check, but I think that isn't because you aren't perceiving. I think it's because you're not looking above the water. There is a glow underneath you as this entity of some kind has a glowing anglerfish bauble that lights up, and you see the silhouette of Elon in like backlit by this light as a toothy maw opens up and closes on Elon and descends into the depths.
Oh, that is not good.
Wow, we're doing this again already. You hear a as the tugboat is coming toward you.
Help! Please! Please, we are sinking in the water! Help!
The engine cuts as it starts to stall coming toward you. And there's a man just absolutely tanned. Whether he began as Caucasian or not, he is not anymore, right? Just absolutely the darkest tanned person you've ever seen in your life. Human, possibly half elven. Got one eye completely shut. Another eye is gray. And this person has a fishing rod, and they cast the lure at you. It hits you between the eyes and hooks onto the bridge of your nose.
Does it do a point?
You take 1 point.
John
1
is
point of
unconscious.
damage. As you go
Freaking
unconscious.
These last two, like every time.
No, not the fishing rod. Think. Just in the water.
You, Wolfgang and Jolly, you wake up on the deck of this teeny tiny, absolute wreck of a ship. It is made of wood. It's got some like metal grating around the sides. It is clearly made for work and nothing else. Jolly, you wake and there is maybe 3 inches from your face this person.
So I don't do death saving throws or anything?
No.
Okay. Do I have 1 hit point again?
You have 1 hit point again. Wolfgang, you have 1 hit point.
Oh, gee whiz. 1 whole hit point for me?
Welcome
Yeah,
to the
for
club. Maybe we should make t-shirts. 1 hit point.
Golly gee, mister. That's awful nice.
So,
And he will say, "Oh, dang! Y'all made it!
can you please scoot back?
I'm so sorry." The breath is atrocious. It smells of squid. Just like ink and fish. It is foul. He's got maybe 8 teeth in his head.
Like in his mouth, you mean? Like,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah, just like in his head. Yeah.
Just
No,
in his head.
just-
But
yeah.
keeps his teeth
am
on the
I awake
outside.
too?
Yes.
Okay.
You see this man has completely straddled. He's in like full splits over Jolly. And he's just like bent down at the waist. So he's like full straddle over Jolly. His face is leaning over his. And the man is completely topless. He's wearing like the classic pirate pants that are like cut off at the knee. They've got the sash on the waist. And just absolutely bare chested. He's that skinny fat where he, like, from behind he looks skinny, but he's got a little bit of a paunch that's hanging down below. But even that skin is very leathery. It's got that tight wrinkle to it that, like, you could probably turn him into a jacket pretty well that would be watertight.
So I turn over, I see this, and I'm like, I rub my eyes. I'm like, Jolly,
No. No.
Congratulations,
No,
I guess.
it's not what you
You
think.
dirty dog, you.
I will push the man off of me, almost violently.
Okay, give me a strength check, I suppose.
Get off! Oh gosh, dang it!
There's the rolls.
That athletics or just strength?
We'll call it athletics, yeah.
5.
Okay. He doesn't move. Like his toes, Wolfgang, you can see his toes like gripping the floor. And he'll like pull up his closed eye and it's like completely clear, right? Just a perfectly normal eye. As he says, "Oh, dang, boys, I can't believe you survived that."
Yes, neither can we. In fact, Elon's not here.
Did you lose Elon? Come on, he's one of our only friends.
I remember a toothy maw.
Was that the boy that got eaten?
You saw it too.
Oh, yeah, that boy, he gone.
Do you know where?
Can you get off of me, please?
Oh, yep, you just got asked nicely, boy.
I said please the first time.
I didn't hear it.
Well,
And
maybe
he
I
will
did.
just, with his, these are his feet, right? We'll just slide them across the deck and stand up, bending at the waist again, standing stock still. And he'll get his fishing rod ready. Welcome to the Old Dooley.
Did you say old Dooley?
Old Dooley.
Oh, Dooley. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And thank you for welcoming us. How did we get here?
Well, you see, you fell out the sky
Yes.
by the zipper man.
You saw him.
Oh, yep. Saw him from far away with my good eye. This one ain't no good, but this guy good.
Why do you keep that one closed, though?
To protect it, keep it safe.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
And he'll raise his foot to give you a handshake.
Jolland is like, I've been in many social circles, but never have I seen this.
Do you shake his foot?
Jolly, don't be rude.
Okay. Jolland will bring his other foot up. He's not very flexible. In fact, he will probably fall on the ground and like try and shake his foot with my foot.
Yeah, his toes like grab your foot, like
Oh, they are
incredibly dexterous.
very
toes.
moist. Strange.
Yeah, it's also like sandpaper, just completely calloused.
Oh.
Name's Lester Lemon, and you're aboard the fine vessel of the Old Dooley.
Yes, you said that. Where is your destination, Captain?
Well, my job is to rescue them boats.
Boats?
Boats.
From
You know,
what?
like this one.
Yes. What are we rescuing them from?
The gods, boy.
Okay. Did our friend get taken by one of these gods you speak of?
Oh, now that's not something I could accurately speak to, I don't suppose.
Okay, is there any ways that we can find him that you know of? You know these seas. Maybe give us some help, please.
He looks
it's one of our
very
only friends.
seriously at you and says, "Nobody knows these seas."
How is it that you
So it
managed
could
to
appear.
stay alive on them?
The rule of thumb is you gotta stay close to the shores.
Do we see the shore?
You're pretty far.
Oh, dang.
Yes, but this is not within that rule of thumb. You see no shore.
Yes, well, I get a little bit of protection by my patron.
Come again?
My patron.
He means his patrons.
Jolland will literally do like a history check, like, patron. What is a patron?
Is it do you? I don't understand, and I don't know if I want to. But are we safe here with you?
Well, I've been tasked with the rescuing of others. I would assume that would make you pretty safe.
Good
So
enough for
long
me.
as you can trust me.
Who is your patron?
Oh, the great unknowable, the unknown sea.
You have your patron by the sea.
Yes.
The
I
go-
wanted to be a bit more mysterious about it, but yeah.
Oh, like the god of the sea, or just
Yeah,
the
the
sea?
gotta see.
Okay, that makes a lot more
okay.
sense. I was wondering, is this guy insane?
Again,
But
right,
apparently
like I
not.
have a motif that I'm trying to
Yes.
maintain.
You have to understand, we just fell.
Yes, I'm
and
not quite sure where we
died.
are.
Right, and
quite.
Basically.
It's
I'm doing
silly,
my
really.
best, right,
So
to
are we.
understand and accommodate such things, but you're on my boat. And I would expect a little bit more politeness.
Yes, we are so grateful, and can we bring you out to eat somewhere or something?
Where do
Make it up
have
to
in
you.
mind?
True. Maybe you bring us to shore. Oh, good idea. I love that idea. Yes,
I see what you're trying to do, and I do not appreciate
I am trying to give you a nice meal in gratitude.
Perhaps we start with introductions. My name is Jolland Gray. I am very pleased to meet you. And did you give us you said Lester Lemon.
That's right.
Very nice to meet you, and we are very grateful for your hospitality in fishing us quite literally out of the sea.
Yes, I am a great fisherman.
I felt that, actually.
Yeah, you did. Right betwixt the eyes.
Yes, I'm very grateful you did not hit
Is that-
either of my
I
guys.
didn't even use my good eye.
Oof. And is it typical to fish betwixt the nose,
Well,
specifically.
you see, when a fish is trying to eat some bait, you can always get it by the lip, right?
Yeah.
But if you get it betwixt the nose, it implies that there's some power behind that, because it goes through the skull. No fish is coming off that hook. And I
Okay.
don't like losing out on fish that I'm fishing for.
It's like a big gash.
Yeah,
Like,
you're still like bleeding a little bit, right?
it's like, ouch.
Okay. Well, aye, Captain. What can we do to help you and
Well, I
move
do
this
suppose
along?
we have a couple of options before us. We could go to shore. Leave it your friend, of course.
How,
You said that there was nothing to do with him, right?
Well,
Did I misunderstand?
There's a bit of fishing to do, I suppose, if
Oh,
we wish
great.
to.
did you see the monster that ate him?
Yes.
What was it?
Well, it's called the Great Angler.
Can I see what I know about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would that be nature, religion,
it would
history,
be history.
investigation? 17.
17. You've not heard of this, right? So again, you're from an entirely different part of the continent. This feels regional to you, right? It's a regional legend of the Great Angler.
Well, now, you see, the Great Angler can consume an entire boat.
Like this one, the one we're currently on.
Yeah, well, give me just one moment.
And he'll go to the back of the ship and like fire up the engine again. As the smokestack is on the front end of the ship, but he goes to the back to like start the engine, and it begins like puffing up some smoke. But the engine has a regular and rhythmic thrum to it. It is on a constant boom, 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 boom.
I think if the anglerfish can swallow boats like this whole, we might need a bigger boat.
I assure you, we ain't gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh, very good, Captain.
But we actually, I will stand corrected. We are going to need a bigger boat.
And the boat starts to take off in the direction of the pirate ship. The vessel, as it's coming up, you see this beautiful, ornate, highly gilded vessel. The black flag has no marking on it other than just a pure black flag.
Is it black like the back of the cards?
Do you pull your card out?
If I could do so secretly.
Give me sleight of hand.
Oh, great. Jolland is very good at that. 10.
I mean, you're pulling out a card, right? Like, you don't necessarily know that he would think anything of this, but it's the same color of that flag.
Oh.
The engine boom, 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 cuts off as he begins to coast closer to the ship. And somebody aboard the ship yells, "Ho! Who goes there?"
Well, it's the old Dooley boy.
"I don't know any O'Dooley. What business do you have?" You see on the ship is the name The Screaming Storm. And it is written in like gold calligraphy, native to the language, common, right? And underneath it is other language that... what languages do you speak?
I believe that I speak Dwarvish. What are the language? Yes,
Common, Elvish, Infernal.
Dwarvish.
In Infernal,
Nice.
it says, "Beware the storm."
I like it. I like it.
And the black flag, as you got closer, is being pulled down. And the person on top hails again and says, "What business do you have with the Screaming Storm?"
Captain, what business do we have? Are we?
I'm following your lead.
Oh, well,
Oh,
the
okay.
Screaming Storm. We need your help, maybe.
Yes, it's a long story, but we fell from the sky and we are trying to get to specifically
Ecosted.
Ecosted. Is it? And we would love to get your help and repay you with labor or hugs or whatever. We truly want to make friends with friendly guys over here. I'm Wolfgang, kind starter, by the way.
The guy like walks away from the deck,
I'm Jolland.
and Lester will pull up his good eye and look at you and say, "See how quietly."
It's time we get to moving. All hands on deck.
Yes, Captain. Actually, I noticed that your engine might have some problems. Maybe I could take a look. I'm pretty good with my hands.
It's got something.
And he will kick the engine back on, dum 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 dum, and immediately turn the boat around. And he'll look at you and he'll like pull out a leather strap that like keeps his eyelid up to like
Duct tape.
keep his good eye up. And he'll say,
You best be ready.
For what, if I can ask?
You'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
and he'll go to the side of his boat, and there's like a covered by like a canvas tarp are a couple of crates, and he'll remove the tarp, and there is a pistol, there is a trident, there's crossbows, there's some like light armor, and he's like,
We got about 2 minutes.
Until what exactly? Also, why do you have crates of weapons?
Are you going to keep asking questions or are you going to get ready?
Oh, okay.
and he'll grab like from underneath the steering wheel like this gorgeous heavy crossbow, and he'll like load it up with 4 crossbow bolts into the one shot, and so you guys can armor with some light leather armor, if you wish to don that armor. There are 2 light crossbows. There is a pistol. There's a small buckler shield. So just some small armaments.
So just light leather armor.
Yep.
Great. And are there bows and arrows?
There's that light crossbow.
Oh, perfect. I'll use it.
I will get the buckler.
No, I want the buckler.
Okay. While you guys are loading that stuff up,
So, buckler does not seem to be in
it's
the...
just shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a shield.
And Lester will kind of like make a little movement on his chest, like kind of dragging his fingers. Anyone with a passive perception over 12 would pick up that there's like a light trailing behind his fingers, as he effectively casts mage armor on himself. Alon. You stand in a void. Again, standing. This is different than the astral sea. It feels like you are in ink, where there is a viscosity to the air, almost like you have to swim to stay in place. As you go to breathe, you get the sense that this will go into you if you take in any breath. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'll use this dice instead.
Might be wise.
8.
Great. Your nose, mouth, and lungs fill with this ink as you begin to drown on the ink. You feel it kind of seep into your eye sockets. You feel it pour into your ears, and you feel consumed inside and out without any recognition of where your body begins and ends as you become part of this ink. And you feel what the nature of fathomlessness feels like. You feel like you are drowning, and you feel that there is no end to this drowning. And you feel what death feels like as you die. And would have died permanently had you not recently made a new deal that allows you to feel home in the fathomless. The ink kills you. You are dead. And yet there feels like a well of something that you are now able to access that you could not access before. And it feels like a struggle as you exhale and the ink expels from your body, that there is a contrast and tension in what you now can physically feel is your soul, outlined in this ink, a war between this inky liquid and the air and storm above.
Oh.
You come back with 1 hit point, and you are in the belly
Of a
of a
whale.
monster.
Oh.
Of a beast. Damn it.
It is a whale, but and your new name is Jonah. You have your spell slots restored.
Oh. That's very nice.
Yes. If only you had that earlier.
You recognize that you are in the belly of some sort of monster. It is fleshy. There are other bodies and animals, fish, at various states of decomposition from the stomach acids.
Okay.
What do you wish to do?
Well, I'm going to pull a Jonah,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Gust of Wind down this creature's throat.
Okay. You feel that there is almost like a jar, like an orb of glass within you that opens up, releasing that air inside, as the void kind of fills the now empty portion. As you're able to channel this wind and percussive wave of air outward, it begins to expand the stomach, right? Are you trying to aim it in a particular direction or just release the air around you?
I guess I am trying to create space in order to potentially escape, but also irritating this creature into throwing up is not a bad idea.
Okay. Almost like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where the air is starting to just converge and coalesce around you. It starts to expand as the gust of wind is just you're spamming it over and over again, expanding the belly of this creature. As the space in this fish's stomach starts to expand, you see the skin start to stretch. You see the veins of the fish. You see that there is more vastness to this creature than you were aware of, that you are a very small thing
It's
inside.
fathomless.
It not quite fathomless. It is fathomable,
Okay. Just not to me.
but it's getting big.
Yeah.
And the creature starts to move and swell. Our folks on the boat, you are now armored up. Yes.
Also, Jolly would take a moment and sort of touch his locket and press it into the armor, and it sort of slips into the not studded, but just leather armor. And the armor is now considered a magical armor.
That's right, baby. And you feel that familiar control of the armor that you're used to, that you missed, honestly. That there is that magical sense of feeling correct and whole now that you are armored. Love that. So, Lester drives the boat about 300 feet away from the pirate ship as more people are coming to the prow of the large vessel. They also are arming themselves. They have a couple of crossbows pointed at you, and the first person hails back and says, "Ho there, O'Doul? O'Doul? It's O'Douley. Where are you going?" And Lester will just kind of look at you and like attempt to wink with his good eye, but it's strapped up, so it just kind of pulls on the skin around his eye a little bit, twitching, and he cuts the engine. And you feel this thrum outside of the monster. Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, and then it ends. And you are flung backwards against the belly of this creature as it begins to rise, assumably, to the surface. And you see the glow of the angle coming from below the depths. The toothy maw that you saw before opening underneath the ship.
The tugboat?
No, the pirate ship. As these thousands of 5 feet long teeth open up at the base of the ship and just crash into the belly of this pirate ship. And you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Gosh.
Wait, so just to get this straight, you're giving Elon a pirate ship right off the bat? How's that fair?
Yes.
I knew this would
Get your
happen.
character killed and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
10.
I did. Nothing
10.
happened.
You have no hit points, brother. Would you like to make any magical intervention as you see, assumably, hundreds of pounds of flotsam and jetsam coming flooding into the gullet of this monstrous beast?
Could I use like an eldritch blast to try and like destroy?
Not gonna be sufficient.
No.
I'm talking you just see the hull of a ship in 1,000 pieces come falling toward you.
1 second, let me look.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm casting Armor of Agathis.
All right. At what level?
Second.
Second. Okay. How many temporary hit points does that give you?
5.
Okay. Converging from the stomach acids around you, the void with the ink from inside pours out, and you have like this liquid armor cover your body of this black inky substance as you brace for the impact of this. I think it's still going to take you unconscious. We'll see.
Oh. Sorry, at second level,
It should be 10.
it is. It's 10. Yep.
You dog.
Thank goodness.
Lucky.
10 points. I'm not kidding. A 6 and 2 twos.
So you're at 1
10.
point again.
10 points
Join the
of
club.
bludgeoning damage. As these beams start to fall around you, you are just battered and beaten by these pieces of wood. The ink kind of adjusting itself on your body to take the brunt of these planks. They themselves turn to cold. They freeze. The ice from the water on the wood begins to turn to ice as the ink becomes part of the wood, freezes, and then falls off of your body. Fabuloso. You all see from the depths this monstrous, flesh-colored demon thing. Right, if you hadn't come from the hells, you probably wouldn't be able to comprehend this. But this is like Krolax and Drolax turned into a fish and grew to have a mouth the size of 2 football fields, open up and just crunch into this massive ship's hull. The people on board freak out. Many of them fall off the ship as it is just lurched over to the side. Lester turns to you and says, "You boys ready to pick off some pirates?"
Shouldn't we be helping them? I think this is a tragedy.
Oh, it's a tragedy, all right.
And his eyes flicker a little bit.
Is it like I think the pirates are taken care of? It seems like the fish, it's a giant fish with the teeth. It seems like that is maybe the focus. Am I wrong?
Hey, what makes you think we're safe?
Oh yes, let's. How
No,
can
I
we
agree.
Be safe. Let's be safe away from this giant.
In
Terrible
your
thing.
boy in that belly?
Yes. So is it okay? Just so we're on the same page.
Yes.
Is it like we're going to go in SWAT style and to get the boy, or are we going to kill the fish? And what?
If you think you can kill the great angler,
That's what I want to know.
love to watch you from a very, very, very far and safe distance.
So it is a rescue mission
That's
into
what we're
the
here
belly
for.
of the beast.
We have to
Okay.
go in that thing. Oh my goodness.
Deal. I can go. I'm not how you say pansy, as Jolly is.
yeah.
So
I will say you said that, and you are definitely not a pansy at your funeral. I will tell people that.
listen, I guess I'm just better
He tosses
friends.
you 2 potions of greater healing.
Yes.
Wow, this guy's very stocked up for. I guess traveling on these seas.
And so I catch it, and then I go up to him. I do a forearm. Oh, I do a forearm grab with him. You
He
know.
lifts his leg up to catch that. As his toes grab into your forearm,
And I do a shake.
and you grab his calf.
I'm like, with this, we are brothers.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. I've been at, I feel like 1
You guys
HP
are
for
feet friends.
Yes. So you get
Really?
4d4
Really?
plus 4.
Well, that
4d4
sounds
plus
great.
4.
I would recommend rolling that.
1,
Okay.
3, 7,
5,
9 plus 4 is
13.
13.
13 plus 4, 17. That was really good.
Solid. And so he will pull up something our players might remember, but not something that your characters will. A half hood. He will pull out this little hood with straps on it and put it over his head. And he says, "I only got one of these
What is that for?
for breathing." And
Why?
he'll gesture to a box, and he will grab his crossbow and dive into the water toward the fish.
What?
And he only has one of those?
Uh-huh.
Jerk. I
going
dive in after him.
Towards the
Okay.
fish? Jolland will look through the box.
Okay, you see that there is this gray material hood It feels like a very soft and porous leather.
I just dove off. What have I done?
Can I see what it is in my mind?
You could give me an investigation.
Yes. That would be a big, fat, dirty 20.
Not bad. This is magical in nature.
Okay, I will try to put it on myself.
Okay.
Is it like just like a hood?
Mm-hmm.
And then they jumped in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Gah. Always the winter's fool. I will find rope, tie myself like a knot, tie it to the boat, and jump over.
Okay. Give me. I want 2 rolls. One is just going to be a straight D20 luck check to see how long that rope is. Cool.
It's a natural 1.
And then give me a sleight of hand to see how well you tied the knot.
That is a 5.
Great.
Instantly.
Fortunately, one end of the knot is very good. As you dive overboard, the rope was about 4 feet long, and it catches you on the and you collide with the side of the boat as the top of the rope undoes, and you sink it, like you slip into the water.
So now I have 4 feet of rope tied around
So
me.
you dive in, immediately catch, hit the side of the boat, and then slip into the water.
Amazing.
And you can breathe.
John breathes.
Oh, good. So I didn't need it anyway. Yeah, great. I love this for me. Okay.
You see that this man is swimming fast, right? He's hauling faster than you could. And you see that the length of this creature, it has the face of a fish, right? But you see that the body looks more like an eel, where it is so long. And it gets so dark in the ocean that you can't see the end of this creature's body. But you would estimate that you could see easily 100 feet in length of this creature before your vision no longer can register to that distance.
Why are we doing this?
Good question.
It's a great question. Maybe you don't even want Elon anymore. We'll cut to Elon. The creature has just taken a massive chunk. You see bodies of the dead and currently dying. People are still alive as part of this. Crew members wearing similar sailing attire with the short pants that are like screaming in pain. There's a man right near you who has like part of the mast that has just ripped through a chunk of his torso.
Oh, gosh.
And he is just like screaming. He's crying for his mom. And like he's probably 52.
Yeah.
And others are like dismembered. A hand kind of floats up, and there's just like it is carnage inside this creature. What are you gonna do?
Well, so I don't think Elon's ever seen anything like this.
No.
And so I'm sure.
I think the closest was your fight in the Hells,
Yeah.
where like people had been killed,
Yes.
right? But these are people. Like that was creatures, right?
Mhm.
You were stepping on dretches, you were stepping on lemurs, you were fighting earth elementals, and these aren't. It's blood curdling. These are human beings.
Yeah. So I think I would be a little devastated. I'm sitting there watching all this happen, and I'm feeling for these people. But at the same time, like, I got to get out, Honestly, I'm going to call for Cyril.
Okay.
And explain to me. So, like, I'm like, the fish is vertical right now. Can I try and, like, climb his spine or something, or, like, the fish bones?
Sure. You see that there are, like, the fish bones forming, like, this eternally long, feels eternally long.
Sure.
Rib cage to this, right? You know that fish bones are very flexible. They don't have a lot of strength or tensile strength to them. But you could make that attempt as Cyril shows up on your shoulder. His arms are now tentacles.
Oh.
And he has like a dragon's tail where it's like blue with like, gold spikes.
Interesting.
The ant head has 2 extra eyes on it. And he says, "Hey, bud."
Hey, Cyril. And I'm like starting to climb, so I'm kind of out of breath as I'm talking to him. I need you to go out of this fish's mouth and try to find Jolly and Wolfgang.
"Hey, I'll do that, bud."
Thank you.
And he bursts into flame, and he is gone. Give me acrobatics or athletics to try and climb up this thing.
22, baby.
Not bad.
We're back.
Yeah. Okay. There is a newfound strength to this, right? That you're holding on with 1 hit point, so
Yeah.
prep for that.
Looking a little rough.
But you begin climbing, and you can see the throat of this creature, opening and closing as it's continuing to swallow.
Do I see gills
more?
farther down?
Not yet. You see that there are gills that you assume that there are gills up top, but you can't see them.
Okay.
Okay, great. Jolly, you're swimming. I think the bravery that you felt before has left.
Easily.
And Wolfgang, you see the feet of the incredible feet of Lester Lemon kicking the water
Amazing.
ahead of you, heading toward this creature. You see its kind of flesh body just descending for all time and eternity.
And I'm just inspired by him, and I'm just following him. I'd be like, I would follow this man out of hell.
Yeah.
You would follow that man on Feet Finder.
Feet Finder?
That's true.
We are sponsored by Feet Finder.
Yes. No. What is Feet Finder? Maybe I don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Jolly wouldn't know, so I don't want to know.
Okay, great. So he is heading toward kind of the base neck where you can see the gills from the outside. The creature like kind of coils itself a little bit where it looks like it's about to spring up again for another bite. And Lester will pull back at about 50 feet away. Well within range for this thing to turn its head and chomp at you. But he's kind of treading water in there a little bit as he readies his crossbow.
Did we put the anchor down on the ship? Maybe that does not matter. Oh well. Jolly's just thinking things out loud, kind of complaining a little bit.
Okay. All right, Elon. I'm going to need another athletics check to climb up.
All right. 10.
All right. This part starts to get extra slick, right? As you get closer, there's a little bit more meat to it, and the bones aren't as easily able to grab in. And so you haven't fallen, but you're not making as much progress anymore. Yeah. Ew.
Love it.
Dripping dank cave. Disgusting.
Good job, Monument.
Okay, you boys outside. What are you gonna do?
Jolland will approach Lester and say, "What is the plan of attack?"
Well, the plan is to get your boy out of that beast.
And we do that by going to the mouth, giving him food. Well, how do we do this?
My first thought is, as it has extended to eat the rest of the boat, we go at its gills to try and make it scream. It is rumored that the scream of this beast will kill a man if heard above water.
Well, it's a good thing we are underwater then.
I'm
Indubitably.
So I guess we wait.
So, you can ready in action. What? Did you grab a weapon at all, Jolly?
No. So Jolly will do nothing because he is out of range.
You could go get in range.
Jolly would not do that. He would definitely sit back.
Okay. Do you have anything that you could use to beef up either of these two?
All of Jolin's spells are tapped. He does not have anything
Wait, what if
except cantrips.
when we went unconscious, did that count as a long rest?
Oh, it didn't.
Okay, well,
Yes.
sorry, bud.
Dying isn't super restful.
If the beast gets close enough, he will likely do a lightning lure at the gills to try and
And
maybe
that's 15-foot range?
that is 15 foot.
Okay.
But he
Yeah.
would not get that close. Jolin would definitely say, yes, land is much better land.
Okay.
Okay.
The beast launches itself. It consumes the rest of the back half of the ship, coming up above the deck, eating some of the sails. I need a dexterity saving throw from Elon. As it extends, you see that its skin has stretched, and it opens up its gills as Lester is going to take 4 shots at the gills.
Can I also shoot?
You may.
I got
Oh,
a
good.
7.
That's unfortunate.
So here's a question. Typically, I have this dread ambusher thing where I get to take 2 attacks in the first turn.
Yes.
Is this counting for that?
Yeah, I would allow that.
Great, I love that. Okay, do I have to roll a hit?
Yes.
Okay, one of them was 17,
Hit.
and one of them was 26.
Hit.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
What if... So I have a bonus action where I can summon some tentacles of the deeps.
Mm-hmm.
What if I did that? It says I can move, but obviously don't have climbing speed. Can I just use it to, like, grapple me in place or something?
Yes.
Yeah?
You feel that jar or that orb inside of you shatter as the essence of the ink and the storm converge as the tail of a blue dragon wraps around you, shielding you from the debris as it comes downward. The blue scale and gold, what's the word I'm looking for? Spines along it wrap around you, pinning you against the wall as it takes the brunt of the falling debris from below.
I say a little prayer of thanks.
To whom?
What I know.
Give me a charisma check. Just straight up.
So, like, just add my charisma, not my proficiency.
You can have proficiency.
19.
Okay. You know what the tail represents, and
'Kay.
you get the sense of who that might have been tied to,
Okay.
and you get the sense that is Olex.
Yeah. Okay. I say a prayer of thanks to Olex.
I expect much.
And I say I can give much.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Also, before that bonus action, I'd like to do Hunter's Mark onto fish.
I'll allow
Okay, deal.
it.
Excuse me.
Fish is good.
What?
Fish is yummy.
It is. What are you thinking? Because he was aimed at the gills, and I'm like shooting at the same thing. Okay. So for one of them, 12 damage.
Okay.
Oh, and for the other one, 12.
Solid. 6 crossbow bolts in rapid succession punch the gills of this creature. You did 24 points of damage
Total, yeah.
in the first attack. He dealt 48 plus 9 points. Solid amount of damage. As this creature, blood is and you get a whiff of that. Tummy gurgles. Pretty hungry, man. This creature compresses into itself again, keeping its mouth above the water, and it lets out this scream. Reverberating through the water are these concussive pulses that stun and kill any fish for who knows how far away. And you feel it like rattle your bones. You feel every rib, every vertebrae, every joint, every metatarsal in your body rattle in itself as it feels like it could have paralyzed you if you got the full brunt of it. As you see bodies collide with the water from above.
There's bodies in the water now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sailors that were either killed or paralyzed upon hearing the full blast of it falling off the remnants of the ship, falling onto the creature. Elon, as this creature is screaming, you feel a gust of wind propelling everything upwards.
I jump.
Okay. I assume casting your own gust of wind into it to aid your ascent, you rocket through and you see the gills of this creature. One on the left side has been ripped to shreds.
Yeah, I see my way out. Is there water pouring into it? Or is the gill above the water?
The gill is in the water still.
So, yeah, I mean, if I can jump into, like, the water that's funneling in,
Give
even
me
better.
An acrobatics check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
All right. You're able to grab onto some of the shredded gill meat of this creature. There's about 8 sets of gills all along. These are the bottommost. And you're able to pull yourself through the gills. The spines on the gills kind of cutting at your skin that protect and siphon some of the gunk from getting into the gills, pulling on you, kind of like a monkey trap, trying to keep you inside as you push through. And I need an athletics check to pull yourself through.
Okay. Natural 20.
You slip
about time.
through, pulling apart like one of the gills as the three of you spot Elon pulling himself through the gills of this creature.
That's amazing.
Jolland would see the rope around his waist and think, well, possibly this is why. And he'll go up as close as he can and sort of string out this 4-foot rope to help.
You see John wearing just a hood.
That's hot.
And leather armor.
Oh.
That's right. And yeah, so you see
Okay.
Jolland in armor.
Okay.
And you also see Wolfgang in armor. And then this man he's got a crossbow trained on you.
Oh. Well, I look relieved to see my friends. Are they worried about the guy in the crossbow?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. I don't know. It's a 4.
Cool. I mean, you just
Yeah.
pulled yourself out of a fish. These guys just fell a million feet down. They have died multiple times. You have literally been dead. I would venture a guess to say you're probably not with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start swimming like in evasive maneuvers. You
Okay.
know, like left, right, left, down. You know,
Okay.
like try to get out of there.
Yeah, and it feels good. Like, you've always been a good swimmer because of your heritage, but you feel especially so. What does a fathomless get you for swim speed? 30 feet?
I think it's 40.
40. Wow. We're going to call it 50 with your
Okay.
heritage.
Okay.
And you are a freaking rocket in the water.
Here, take this rope. Okay, whatever. All
Gets
right.
dragged along.
Do you go for the surface?
Probably not. I'm feeling pretty good, I think.
Okay.
At 1 hit point?
Okay, yes, I'm going for the surface. Well, like, what are they doing? Like,
What are you doing?
I mean, I'm
Swimming as fast as freaking possible.
Is the
so
guy still
very
training a
slowly.
crossbow on me?
So-
He's watching you.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
I see him, and I, like, we're underwater,
Mhm.
of course, and I do, like, the long, slow wave, and just make sure that, and, like, do, like, slow motions, like, come here, you know?
As he just.
He's next to you in an instant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're swimming at 15 feet a second.
That's fine.
And he's going at 50.
Wow.
So, real fast. He's a freaking barracuda, right?
Okay. Whose turn is this? Is it? We don't really have.
Yeah,
Is there a
effectively.
body nearby me from the ship?
You could go get one.
Very easily. Is it 15 feet from here?
Yeah, we'll say.
Okay, I want to go to a body.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. Jolly, you see Elon bust through. Lester's hanging back a little bit, but he's like, give me an insight check on Lester.
13, by the way, for
insight.
stealth.
16.
Lester feels kind of like a, like, I'll go last type deal. Like, I'll cover our retreat a little bit.
Jolly's totally fine. He's like, okay. Dog paddling probably 10
Okay.
feet a second. 10 feet around.
Lester begins to swim up as well. As Elon, you break the surface and you see this tugboat chilling here. It's starting to drift away from the waves and the concussiveness. Like it is definitely off course from where it was. And Jolly, you break the surface, breathing in the air again. But you are fatigued. This swimming has been so hard that I need a wisdom saving throw from you. And then Lester breaks the surface. Wolfgang, you are alone.
And by a body?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
11.
am. Okay, I'd like to do. And is this a dead body? Is it paralyzed? Yeah. I just kind of. I glance around and I just pull the neck back and just sink my teeth into it.
Okay. You drink
Yes.
and drink.
And I would like to. I'm guessing I don't have to roll to hit.
No.
Okay. That would be 6. And I would like to get 6 points of health back for
You
my
do
fanged
so.
bite.
You get 6 hit points back as you drink the blood of this dead sailor.
And it's sweet as all get out.
You feel your hunger satisfied. You are not full.
Not quite
necessarily.
full. Not about 4 points, not full, but I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
Also, this is probably your first bath in like a long time.
Okay,
Yes.
so I do that, and then I see the situation. I'm like, I want to drink more, and then I start heading back. So I do 15 feet of movement back towards
Okay.
the boat.
As you are, so Lester hops onto his boat. He helps Jolly get up onto the boat. Elon, you can either stay in the water and swim next to the boat. You could probably swim almost as fast as the boat, or you could get on the boat.
Can I do like a like jump out of the water, land on the boat?
Give me a performance check.
Dolphin
Alright, yeah,
noises coming
for
out as
sure.
he does
He
it.
would like to do a part of your world.
Natural 20. It was a nat 20.
Oh my gosh!
So
I
it's
hate
a 20,
that so
25.
much. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh.
Natural 20. Or I'm just kidding. It's
No.
21 though.
Still,
Yeah.
I hate you. It's pretty cool. I hate to admit.
I do a flip.
The water coming off of your golden blonde hair twinkles in the sunlight behind you as
He
the
picked up sparkles somewhere.
the water droplets turn to like a little sparkle, aided by a gust of wind behind you, and you have jettisoned yourself up. And you may do a flip if you wish onto the,
For sure.
the deck of the boat.
And cinematically, like the boat is being devoured behind me in slow
Yes.
motion.
Yeah. Sure. I hate you. I really didn't want you to do well on that.
That's what you get for saving my butt.
Yeah, and then Wolfgang pops up a little bit afterwards behind you guys. Do you also get onto the boat?
I do, and I look a little bit more like a really wet, scrawny dog, but, you know, I push myself up.
Does he look like he's been sort of like eating a red lollipop?
I've been swimming in water.
he's just
It
swimming in
cleaned
water.
off.
I know, but
He's
like,
clean.
never mind.
I
Yes.
get up and I'm like, oh man, this has been quite fulfilling. Yes, very good. I'm so happy we could help.
So I'm like, I'm stoked to see them. So I get up on the deck, and I like to think it's just, I run over and just like give them both involuntary hugs. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm alive. I can't believe you guys are alive.
Yes, you died. I think you were sinking. You got eaten by a fish. I would have died. I would have died.
It wasn't that bad in the fish's belly.
That is good to hear. You are looking barely alive, but we are happy to see you.
Yes,
Fall
Truly.
over.
bruising.
Yeah, you go unconscious.
Right now.
Like, and so is Lester here?
Yeah.
He's back on board, and once again I go up to him, a forearm grab.
Yep.
For his leg.
Grabs his toes.
And I'm like, you dirty dog, you did this for us. Thank you.
I ain't no dog. And I
Hey.
don't appreciate being called as much.
It's an idiom.
What'd you just call me?
I knew it. Knew I could count on you.
You must be kind to our host.
Yes, it was truly.
You have some of the worst manners I have ever seen in my life.
I apologize. I was not raised this way. I swear.
And he'll go up to the smokestack and start a different engine that just.
Oh.
And he will start to motion.
Where is it that we are heading to, gentlemen?
Oh, what is your name?
You're unconscious.
Oh.
Can
Oh,
you?
that wasn't a joke. Okay.
When the DM jokes, but it's not a joke.
Yeah.
Can you take us to Ecosted, if that is possible?
Or you can't reach that by a boat.
Oh, I knew that. Then Tyrash just would
You
be
wouldn't be super familiar with Tirash.
great. Yes. Yes.
That is where Ecosted is. It's in Tirash.
Mhm.
Okay. So
If that be your final destination, there's a couple places we could take you to Bosie you along.
yes, let's. Where is the nearest place or the closest?
Well, there's a port town called Crestor. It's a little bit south of a little village that you are going to want to steer very clear of.
Why is that?
Well, everybody's dead.
Wait, say that again.
Everybody's dead.
Well, then it's not the village. Like everyone's dead. It's just like buildings.
You know what? That
We call that a ghost town.
Are they ghosts?
I imagine that there may be a couple of ghosts there.
Yes. Okay. What was the other town you were saying? We're not going to.
Yes,
that other
so
one.
we sail to Crestor and then from there stay clear of.
Well, it's a place called Hurtenberg.
Wait. You say that again. Hurtenberg.
Hurtenberg.
That's the place we should stay away from.
Almost certainly.
Because of the ghosts.
Yes.
Actually, that is what a coincidence. Our plan is to go to Hurtenberg.
Is it though? Do we have to go there?
I mean,
Lots of ghosts.
Zipperman asked us to do so, and
How
Oh,
But
but if the great big zipper man asked you to do something, you should probably listen to the man.
that's what we
Do
saw.
you know anything about the Zipper Man?
I ain't never heard of no zipper man before.
Okay, well, Mr. Lemon, let us set sail. And in the meantime, do you have any potions, medicine for a friend?
Oh,
He was
he
just.
gave us 2. Did we drink
now,
both of
now
them?
I understand why. I understand why you might have assumed that I might be endowed with a great fortune when I'm doling out such vitriolic boons of sorts.
Yes, and I understand that it is not always possible, but if you have something, I would appreciate it. Maybe you're very good at medicine.
The
I
long
don't
and
know.
short of it is, no, I do not.
Question for
Okay.
the DM. When you gave us the 2 greater healing potions, was the 4d4 plus 4 using both of them?
So each potion is 4d4 plus 4.
Oh, in
And
that
both
case,
of you took
I-
your potions.
Oh, so he gave 2, 1 for each of us.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
clear.
Okay. Well, and he's unconscious. He's not like unstable.
Yeah, he's stabled. Yeah.
Okay. So how long is it until we reach this Crestor?
Well, I do imagine it wouldn't take us all terribly long. Probably about 8 hours.
8
Wow,
hours.
that
Oh,
is such a specific amount.
what could I do in 8 hours? Like maybe 2 short rests? No, that's not right.
You could probably swing about 8 short rests in that time.
Short rest. Okay. Maybe a long rest. No, bad idea.
How can we repay your hospitality and kindness? You have done so much for us in letting us keep this leather and these weapons and things like that.
You ain't keeping this.
Oh, yeah.
I understand how you might have assumed that my hospitality was one of, again, just ample generosity, and that I have just truly so much.
And so we are to go into Crestor with nothing but the, how you say, shirts on our backs.
Yeah, and it looks like only 2 of you even have those.
True.
Who has no shirt? Was the
Elon's just ripped to shreds. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or he probably took it off in his flip, to be honest.
Well, regardless, we would definitely like to repay somehow the kindness you have shown us.
Sure, yeah, I do take money.
You've said we don't have anything.
Oh yes. Once again, shirts on our backs, unless you want those. But I do not think that
I
is
do not need any shirts.
Shoes, perhaps?
You don't
service.
even have those.
You're right.
I do take service.
Yes. So in 8 hours, can we serve in some way?
As I said, I'm very good with my hands and machines.
Now, sir, that is very forward.
No, I
And
can
you are
fix your
assuming
boat.
quite a lot.
Why does everyone
I
think
do
that
not
about
consent.
me?
It is jolly. Let's keep it in our pants, okay?
No,
if we can.
I'm an
And in
artificer.
mine, preferably.
I'm an artificer. I can fix machines.
I highly recommend, sir, that you learn to use the different vernacular to express the
Your
depth and gravity of your skill set.
your engine. I can fix your sputtering engine.
Say that. Don't say, hey, I could touch you up real good.
I don't recall saying that. Am I speaking a different language?
You do have a funny accent.
Yes. All of you,
Yes, it's the language of love,
no.
as I
it's-
understand it.
Would someone from Gast be called a Gastian or Gastic or what?
Gastian.
Gastian.
Yes, like I am aghast that you would ask a question like that.
Yeah, Gastian, Dupree, just like I
Hey,
am
Dupree.
Dupree, or
Dupreesian.
Tirashi.
Well, and then the people here would likely be just spiral aliens.
No, so it's
Or
not the
singular,
Spiral
single,
Isles.
whatever they're called.
Yeah, you're heading toward Tirash on Rel.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you? Well, I guess you wouldn't ask that. Yes, we would like to repay your kindness in non-sexual ways.
Well, thank you very much for being so specific.
Yes. So, if you need help in the next 8 hours, let us know. Otherwise, I think long rest is in order, and then if you ever need us in the future, please let us know.
I will be calling upon you, most assuredly.
Oh dear.
You are able to take a long rest if you wish. You can lay on the deck of the ship. It's a very peaceful ride. How well you sleep or rest is up to you. For Alon, you are asleep the whole time. You have nightmares, though. You see the man with the mast through his torso. You see the inky void, and you awake coughing up ink. Like you wake up like choking, and as you cough into your hand, like you're covered in that ink.
Okay. Wow.
You don't sleep, Wolfgang, correct?
Not that I know of. I probably just.
I think you trance, like something similar to a trance, for a couple hours.
Yeah, arms folded across the chest, coffin style. I'm sure.
Just hang upside down or something.
Hanging upside down. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Like this is the first time in a very long time that like you're resting with a full belly, and that feels pretty good.
Feels pretty good because a lot of hell didn't have just, anything worth having.
Yeah. Hell does that.
Yep.
Right. Jolly, how are you sleeping, man?
Honestly, Jolly would probably have a little seasickness. He is not used to being on boats for extended periods of time. He would...
I'm going to go on a limb and say you've never been on a boat.
It's very possible. He would spend most of his time within the interior of Gast. But sleeping under the stars is pleasant.
Yeah. That part is a lot more familiar. It is warmer than you're used to, right?
Definitely sweating all the time.
Yeah. You're sweating the bed.
Always. And also Jolly is too.
Yeah. Yes. I also suffer from that problem.
Yes.
Bed sweater.
There you go.
Very well. You awake. You may have the benefits of your long rest.
Yes.
The biggest difference is you are no longer exhausted.
Wow.
The last weeks and months that you have spent in Mentiri, tortured and oppressed, you wake up genuinely well rested for the first time in a very long time. Yes, Elon, you woke up coughing up ink, but as soon as you overcome that piece, you feel good.
Do we see this?
Give me a perception check. That might be what wakes everybody up.
No, it's not a computer. 9.
I think he wakes you up in like a coughing fit, but like you don't catch the ink necessarily.
Elon, you caught something? You okay?
From like spitting it out and like wiping it from my mouth. I'm not entirely sure what is going on, but something saved my life, and I have a suspicion what it was.
What was it?
Well, I prayed to Olex, which is the god that I worshipped as a child and my people have worshipped for generations, and I've made a pact with Olex.
So it was Olex who saved you?
Yes, I think so. As far as I can tell.
Olex is a god.
Yeah.
Olex is a child of Sky. She is one of the most famous child gods, right? She is who most paladins observe in their oaths. She is Sky's champion. So she will even ride his ancient blue dragon that is his steed. So she is like the face of adventure and a lot of times war. But she is like, if Sky were to die by some incomprehensible means, she's like the next up, right? So she's like a very famous god, but worshipped in a variety of different spheres.
I'm not sure what's going on with the ink.
Ink? What ink?
I mean, I show you my hand, and you see that my hand is...
Oh, that's... Why'd you have to show me that in the morning? Ugh.
And I smile, and my teeth are all black.
Yeah, it's not morning though; it's night, right?
Oh, yes.
Because it was the middle of the day.
Oh, yeah.
So you woke up and it's like 1 a.m.
That is disturbing. And you say that's never happened to you before?
Not that I can remember.
Can I do a medicine check?
Sure.
Natural 20.
I'll give you this. It is not medicinal. It is not a body function. I'll give you a nature check with advantage. Shut the heck up.
Natural 20.
Wow.
That is
dog.
fifth,
sixth?
sixth. Yeah.
today.
I will roll with different dice.
Why do you keep saying that?
Well, because it feels unfair.
No, do it again. Roll with the green one.
Okay. But do I, like,
No,
again?
no.
just
Natural
for fun?
20
Oh,
counts.
it was.
Yeah,
it was
a
advantage.
natural 20.
Yeah.
That's
Just
right.
keep using it.
I thought it was a
That
disadvantage.
is squid ink. Like it is a cephalopod's ink.
Ew.
So during this time, like, I kind of like come out from my trance, you know, kind of do the like floating up with my feet on the ground, like Dracula style, and then
We're all learning so much about each other.
Very obviously, like, you do that.
so I probably not that obviously. Maybe I get up and I notice like you kind of look and I'm like, you know, stretch. I'm like so tired.
I imagine it like me and Elon are like talking,
And then, like, in the back.
you're like, "What's this?" And then like
Just over
it's just, like,
Elon's shoulder.
I'm like, the dreams were so vivid and definitely there, and we, man, so sleepy. But what is this? And then like I get caught up to speed, and I just go and ask Lester. I just go and try and find him because I'm like, he knows a lot about ink.
Sure.
No, I'm gonna kind of like look around on the deck of the ship.
Yeah, I mean, deck of the ship is a strong turn of phrase for this boat, right? Like you all slept kind of next to each other.
Okay.
Right? Like this is a pretty small boat. The front of the boat is about 8 feet off the water, with the back coming down to about 2 or 3 feet off the water.
Okay.
So it's a very front-heavy boat. You guys kind of slept on that front part. There's some crates and things like that. Lester does ask for the leather armor and everything else back.
Knew it was too good to be true.
I mean, it's leather armor.
So
I don't know if
dude's
that's
awake?
too good to be
Yeah.
true.
Oh, okay. Where do we find him?
He's just driving the boat. I mean,
That's fair.
there's no role necessary. It's, do you look around the room for this person?
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
gonna go find Lester.
Let's
Down
do
Hey,
there.
it.
Lester.
He said, "Oh, all right, boys. Your destination lies just a couple of moments ahead of us."
And before you set against a cliff, there is some very small mountains. Isn't even the right word. It's though the land has just been eroded over centuries, and so the land is above, and the city is built into where the land has now become beach. So it's built against what looks like against a mountain range, but it's really just below sea level housing, right?
Sure.
The buildings are of a white cream, like plaster or clay type, very Santorini, Mykonos type buildings, right? The architecture is very simple. There's only a few buildings, like it isn't like a sprawling city or anything of the sort. This is by all accounts a village. There are a couple of very long docks, a couple of small sailing craft that look to be like fishing ships or boats, again, not ships. There are no big boats or vessels here. The beach looks very pleasant. There are some trees, but nothing along the shoreline. It's all kind of above the housing. Again, just on the flat what would be normal land. There are a couple of stairs that lead down into this. There's a fence above the city, like a gate of sorts. And the city there's a couple of lights. There's a couple of lanterns and torches throughout the village as Lester pulls up to the dock, and you meet Crestor. And we will pick up from there on the next session.
No, come on.
Wow.
We just got to land.
The first time forever. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Pact and Boon show.
Oh, big old shout out to Monument Studios for providing our music and ambiance. Big shout out to Scary Fish for eating our friends.
Follow us along on our socials. Hop on to our Discord channel, The Guild. You can find links to that on our social medias and on our show notes as well. Use the code BETTERDM to get a discount on your Monument Studios subscription and support the show. You can always send us a Venmo as well. We're not going to turn that down. Give us your money, folks. This is a holdup. But follow along, share our stuff, and join us as we try and figure out what's going on. Anything else, gentlemen?
Thanks for not killing me.
Hey, not yet.
And me earlier, before this.
Not yet.
I didn't need help.
Should have been stronger.
So long.